Hey there guys, I'm Darryl Griffiths. Welcome to my latest video film review. I hope you've all been very well. Today, I'll be tackling the latest addition to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He is played by Benedict Cumberbatch, who is no stranger to franchises recently with the likes of Star Trek, and is directed by Scott Derrickson, who has worked his way up the horror ranks with the likes of The Exorcism of Emily Rose, the terrific Sinister, which starred Ethan Hawke, and procedural Deliver Us from Evil, which involved Eric Bana. It is, of course, Doctor Strange. The mind-bending trailers had me instantly hooked from a character that I didn't know much about personally heading into this film. So I'm very much a novice in terms of knowledge about the character. So the narrative of Doctor Strange. Stephen Strange, played by Cumberbatch, is a top neurosurgeon based in the heart of New York City. He believes that he can do medical procedures that many of his counterparts wouldn't dare attempt. It brings continuous frustration and tensions with his fellow counterparts, particularly Christine, played by Rachel McAdams, and there's a bit of romantic tensions between the two as well, which really anchors the first third of the film. But the inflated ego of Stephen Strange and the high life that he lives is ultimately come crashing back down to earth when he suffers a tragic accident which leaves him paralysed, disfigured, has nervous trauma within his hands, but it leaves him spending shed loads of cash to try and mend him and lead a normal life again. And it doesn't help, in all honesty, but it leads him into unlikely circumstances to the figure of the Ancient One, who is played by Tilda Swinton. There's been a lot of talk about the character, of course, in its whitewashing. For me, Swinton justifies the casting, but of course I'll indulge further in a moment. But she's full of wisdom. She believes that it's all about the body, mind and soul. Not in a traditional sense, of course, being Marvel. But Cumberbatch gains these mystical, metaphysical powers, which he struggles to deal with. He doesn't feel like he wants to take lives. He's always been about mending and repairing people's lives and the disfigurements that sometimes people suffer. But he's ultimately led into a war with Mads Mikkelsen's Dicelius, who is full of menace, typical of Mikkelsen, of course, playing Hannibal in the TV series and a fantastic Bond villain in Casino Royale. And that is the crux of the narrative of Doctor Strange. The film itself, initially, you've got to talk about the visuals. They are absolutely astounding. And inevitably it will draw comparisons with the likes of Inception and The Matrix with its slow-mo tendencies and these folding of space and matter. But it is just fantastic to witness. You are completely immersed. They are mesmerising. Derrickson brings a psychedelic and almost kaleidoscopic quality to the visuals, and you just can't help but be completely engrossed. And the terrific character work really aids that engagement. Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange, there is a superior sarcasm and cynicism which draws similarities with the origin story of Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man, because I don't feel, after seeing the film, that they're too dissimilar. And the way they come to terms with their powers. And he's absolutely fantastic here. And I can't imagine anybody else playing the role now, in all honesty. Tilda Swinton's the Ancient One. She is fantastic. The scenes she shares with Cumberbatch, you are completely compelled. That there's full of wisdom. She just has a real softly spoken tone that where everybody else is sort of driving the humour and the intensity of the film that various characters bring. She is sort of the calming influence that underpins it all, and she's fantastic here. Chiwetel Ejiofor's Baron Mordo is full of wisdom in his character as well, and there's a great dynamic that he forms with Cumberbatch's Strange. And Benedict Wong brings a lot of the humour. The exchanges, some of it's a little forced, I will admit. Just to sort of feed back into that familiar framework that Marvel has thrived upon over the years. But there is some great moments between him and Cumberbatch. If anything, in terms of faults, I think Rachel McAdams' role as Christine, she's great in the beginning, where she's given plenty to do, and there's plenty of compelling moments between her and Cumberbatch's Strange. It becomes a little thankless the longer the film goes, and that's a bit frustrating. And again, I think a crucial flaw that still remains in Marvel origin stories is the villain. Mads Mikkelsen is full of talent and full of quality, and we've seen how great he can be when he embraces that inner villain. But his Dicelius feels a little undercooked, and sometimes it downplays the stakes a little when we're full on in phase 3 now, and you're thinking that the stakes are going to gradually keep building. And when we've got the likes of Infinity War looming large, and the likes of Black Panther as well, where I'm very excited to see, you just feel that there should be higher stakes attached to Doctor Strange. But with that being said, there is plenty to admire about it. The visuals are stunning. The score by Michael Giacchino, although there's undertones of Star Trek, funnily enough, there's certainly the remnants of it littered within the score. It anchors the action sequence beautifully, and they are really majestic to watch. But on the whole, Doctor Strange is another fantastic origin story that I really do believe has put Marvel's Phase 3 into a great position, kicking on with the likes of Black Panther, and of course the climatic Avengers moment. Of course, Guardians next year as well, the sequel to that. Some of the humour's forced. Some of the characters need more fledging out and more depths and layers to them, rather like the visuals to sort of complement that. But Cumberbatch's Doctor Strange is a great addition to the universe, and there is plenty to enjoy in Doctor Strange. And that is a wrap on my review of the film. I sincerely hope you've enjoyed it and I haven't waffled on too much. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel below, which would mean a great deal to myself, and I sincerely thank you guys for all the views that you've given my recent videos. It really does mean a lot. The next one of my reviews, I'm expecting it to be The Light Between Oceans, which stars Michael Fassbender and Alicia Vikander. I cannot wait to view that myself. So be sure to tune in for that. But that is a wrap for now. I've been Darryl Griffiths, and I will see you soon, guys. Take care, and I hope you've enjoyed this video review. See you later.